Hey, welcome to the recap of our message today, and we're in a new series called How to Get Rich and What Matters Most. And over the next 4 weeks, we're gonna dive into something I think will change your life if you'll just open your heart to it. I believe it'll change the way you look at things and the way you respond to life and how you see yourself and how God can work through you. But when I was young, I used to just dream about what it would be like to be rich. I'm sure you did too. Everyone, I think, has had that conversation of, man, if I had $1 million, or if I won the lottery, or if this happened, if I had this, and that, and then if I was rich, I could do this, and so we wonder what it's like to be rich, and we want to be rich one day, it's kind of a desire, a goal, maybe not literally like, man, I'm set out in life to be a millionaire, but man, what would it be like if we were rich? The problem with rich is that the line is constantly moving. You know, when you ask those who make $30,000, would you consider yourself rich? No. You know, what would it be for you to be rich? Oh, probably 60,000, or if you're making 100,000, it's, I'd need to make 200,000. And so the rich line constantly moves, it's constantly shifting. And so today we talked about how to be, or at least started the conversation on how to be good at being rich. And here's the reality, without getting into all the details, because you can watch the message. And we are rich. You are rich. If you're watching this video right now, you are rich. You have some kind of device that you're watching, and you say, well, hey, I don't feel rich. Well, the reason we don't feel rich is because we're so busy consuming what God has given us, and we don't understand what rich is. And so when we look at the rest of the world, we are in the top 1% of the world, the richest people in the world. If we make $33,000 a year, some of you make more than that. You may be in the top 1/10 of 1% of the richest people in the world. But listen, you and I are rich. We've been blessed. We're rich because God has blessed us with more than what we need. It's not about what we need. See, it's not about give us this day our daily bread, because we've got more bread than we know what to do with. We end up throwing it away, right? We end up throwing food away because it rots. We've got plenty. And I encourage you to watch the message to get everything I'm talking about, but we're rich. And so the good news is we're rich. We have rich people opportunities. We have rich people problems. And we are rich. And you know what? God wants us to have stuff. He wants us to enjoy stuff. Ecclesiastes 5 says that, what does it say? It says, moreover, when God gives someone wealth and possessions and the ability to enjoy them, this is a gift of God. And so, but Paul wrote to Timothy in 1 Timothy, chapter 6. Paul wrote to Timothy, and he admonished Timothy to teach the rich people, to teach the people who were a part of that church, who were wealthy, who didn't live hand to mouth or day to day, those who had more than what they needed. He admonished them to command those who are rich in this present world to not be arrogant, nor to put their hope in wealth, which is so uncertain, but to put their hope in God, who richly provides us with everything for our enjoyment. Command them to do good, to be rich in good deeds, and to be generous and willing to share. In this way, they will lay up treasure for themselves as a firm foundation for the coming age, so that they may take hold of the life that is truly life. And so Paul writes to Timothy, and that word is for us today as Americans. We are rich. And how, though, are we to be good at being rich? That's the question. And so the good news is you're rich, and God's blessed you with more than what you need, and you have rich people opportunities and rich people problems. But the bad news is you're rich. And so with being rich, you have a spiritual disadvantage. It's harder for you and I to trust God. It's harder for us to trust God. See, we wonder, why does God do miracles around the world, and why doesn't he do it for us? Because honestly, we just don't need it. We rely on ourselves, we rely on our stuff, we rely on our insurance, our doctors, or whatever it is, And so we're at a spiritual disadvantage from being rich. And I'm not suggesting we sell everything. Hear me out. I'm saying we have a disadvantage, and we need to understand that. And The second disadvantage is that we get distracted real easy. We get caught up doing all kinds of things that really aren't important. They're not priorities in life. And then the third problem with being rich is that we have a greater responsibility. See, to whom much is given, much is required. And so we have this great responsibility. And here's what happens. See, rich people help people. Rich people transform the lives of others. And I want to encourage you, as a rich person, now you may say, I don't feel very rich. You're rich. As a rich person, God has given us an opportunity to transform people's lives. Let's do it. Let's be a conduit. Let's be a channel. Let's be God's hands, God's feet. Because here's the reality is that God wants to entrust so much to you that He wants to flow through your life. He's not giving you more stuff so that you can become richer. He's giving you more stuff so that you can transform other people's lives. He's going to take care of you. He already has. He's going to give above and beyond what you can imagine. But listen, He wants to flow through your life. So let Him do it. Step out in faith. Trust Him. Trust Him with everything you have. Trust Him with your finances. Don't hold back. Have a great week. God bless you.